The rain hammered against the floor-to-ceiling windows of Tyler Hayes' cramped apartment like it had a personal grudge, turning the Seattle skyline into a smeared watercolor of grays and neon regrets. He stared at his phone, heart slamming against his ribs, the screen glowing with the message he just fired off into the void. God, I need you to pin me down tonight and make me forget my own name. Except the void wasn't empty. It was Hunter Blackwood's inbox, his boss, the one man who could ruin everything with a single arched eyebrow in the boardroom. Tyler's fingers hovered, frozen, as the three dots appeared, then vanished, appeared again. Sweat beaded on his temple despite the chill seeping through the glass. When the reply finally landed, it was simple, devastating. Dinner at the Harbor View, 8 p.m. Wear that tie I like. We have a lot to discuss. He collapsed onto the edge of his bed, the world tilting like a bad dream he couldn't wake from. How had it come to this? 6 months of stolen glances across conference tables, Hunter's voice dropping low during late-night project calls, that infuriating smirk that made Tyler's stomach twist in ways he hadn't felt since college. And now, one fat-fingered autocorrect nightmare later, the line between professional restraint and reckless hunger had shattered. Tyler had always played it safe. Grew up in the misty suburbs of Everett, Washington, where the evergreens whispered secrets but never shouted them. His parents, solid as the fairy schedules they lived by, had raised him to blend in, get the degree in marketing from UW, land the steady gig at Apex Innovations, keep his weekends to craft beers and indie films at the local art house. Coming out at 22 had been a quiet affair, a letter left on the kitchen counter before he moved to the city. No fireworks, no fallout. Just a hug from his mom that smelled like lavender soap and unspoken relief. But safety had its price. A string of ghosted dates, apps swiped left on anything too real, and a heart armored in sarcasm and spreadsheets. Apex was his anchor, a sleek tech firm in Belltown churning out apps for remote teams. Ironic, given how isolated Tyler felt amid the open plan buzz. He'd started as a junior strategist, crunching data on user engagement, but Hunter had spotted him early. Hunter Blackwood, 35, with the kind of easy charisma that filled rooms without trying. Dark hair cropped close, hazel eyes that shifted like Seattle weather. Stormy 1 minute, sunlit the next. He wore suits like second skin, tailored to hint at the runner's build beneath, and his laugh was a low rumble that Tyler replayed in guilty loops during commutes on the light rail. It began innocently enough. A coffee run gone long, Hunter leaning against the counter at the office espresso bar, asking about Tyler's take on the latest pitch. You're wasted on numbers, Hayes. You see the story in them. Tyler had flushed, stammered something about patterns, but Hunter's gaze lingered, warm and appraising. From there, the flirtations crept in like fog off the sound. A hand brushing Tyler's shoulder during a presentation, texts about team building that veered into weekend recs for hidden speakeasies. That one elevator ride where Hunter's cologne, cedar and citrus, had Tyler gripping his tablet like a lifeline. Tyler told himself it was harmless. Power dynamics be damned. Hunter was married to the job, fresh off a divorce that the office grapevine painted in broad strokes of infidelity and boardroom ambition. No ring, no baggage visible. But the what-ifs gnawed at Tyler like damp rot in old cedar. What if he misread the signals? What if a misstep tanked his career, stranding him back in Everett with nothing but student loans and a resume gap? The spicy text? That was meant for Jordan, the barista at Brew Haven with the tattooed forearms and zero strings vibe. They'd hooked up twice, quick, sweaty distractions after Tyler's shifts ran late. Last night, buzzed on IPAs at a dive in Capitol Hill, Tyler had typed it out in the haze, thumbs flying with liquid courage. But in the morning rush, scrolling notifications with one eye on the clock, he'd hit send to the wrong thread. The one labeled H. Blackwood Apex. Now, as twilight bled into the room, Tyler paced his studio, the floorboards creaking under socked feet. The harbor view was upscale. Ocean views, candlelit tables, the kind of place where deals were sealed and secrets spilled over oysters and Pinot. He rifled through his closet, settling on charcoal slacks and a crisp white shirt. The tie in question, a subtle navy stripe, Hunter had complimented once, offhand, like it was nothing. But it had been everything. A spark in the dry tinder of Tyler's restraint. By 7:45, he was hailing a cab through sheets of rain, the city lights fracturing on the windshield like broken promises. His phone stayed silent, no bailouts, no HR alerts. Just the weight of anticipation coiling in his gut. What did discuss even mean? A polite firing? A laugh over wine? Or something sharper, more dangerous, that Tyler both craved and dreaded? The restaurant loomed at the edge of Pike Place, its windows fogged with warmth against the storm. Tyler stepped inside, shaking off droplets, the hostess's smile a brief shield, before she led him to a corner booth overlooking the churning water. And there was Hunter, already seated, swirling a glass of amber liquid. His tie loosened just enough to rumple the perfection. He looked up, eyes locking on Tyler's with an intensity that pinned him in place. "You made it," Hunter said, voice smooth as the jazz humming low in the background. No anger, no accusation. Just a curve to his lips that could have been amusement or invitation. Tyler slid into the seat opposite, pulse thundering. Wouldn't miss it. Traffic was a beast. Hunter's gaze flicked to the tie, then back up, lingering on Tyler's mouth for a beat too long. "Good choice. Suits you." He signaled the waiter, ordering appetizers without breaking eye contact. Crab cakes, charred octopus, a bottle of Cabernet that probably cost more than Tyler's weekly grocery run. The wine arrived, deep red and breathing in the glass. Tyler took a fortifying sip, the tannins biting like truth serum. About the text. Hunter held up a hand, gentle but firm. "Eat first, then we talk." His foot brushed Tyler's under the table, accidental or not, sending a jolt up his leg. Dinner unfolded in agonizing slow motion. Bites of seared scallops that melted on the tongue, stories traded about disastrous client calls and Hunter's ritual runs along the waterfront at dawn. Tyler laughed too loud at one, the sound foreign in his throat, and Hunter's eyes softened, tracing the lines of his face like he was memorizing them. By the entrees, filet for Hunter, salmon for Tyler. The air thickened, charged like the sky outside. Hunter leaned forward, elbows on the linen, voice dropping to a murmur that cut through the murmur of diners. "That message caught me off guard. In the best way." Tyler's fork paused midway to his mouth. Heat flooded his cheeks, not from the wine. "I meant it for someone else. Stupid mistake. But you sent it to me." Hunter's fingers drummed lightly on the stem of his glass, a rhythm that echoed Tyler's heartbeat. "And part of you isn't sorry, is it?" The question hung there, naked and probing. Tyler swallowed, the salmon turning to ash in his mouth. He could lie, pivot to damage control, but Hunter's stare stripped him bare, hazel depths pulling at the threads of his composure. "No," he admitted finally, voice barely above a whisper. "I'm not." Hunter's smile was slow, triumphant, laced with something darker. Hunger, maybe, or the shadow of old wounds. He reached across the table, thumb grazing the back of Tyler's hand in a touch that lingered, electric. "Then let's not pretend anymore. I've been waiting for you to see it." The waiter cleared plates, oblivious to the shift, the way the booth felt suddenly too small, the world narrowing to the space between them. Outside, lightning cracked over Elliott Bay, illuminating Hunter's profile in stark relief. Strong jaw, faint scar above his lip from a childhood bike crash he'd mentioned once in passing. Tyler's mind raced. This was his boss, his lifeline in a city that chewed up dreamers. But the pull was inexorable, a current dragging him under. As dessert arrived, a shared chocolate torte dusted with sea salt, Hunter's knee pressed deliberately against Tyler's, a silent claim. "My place is 5 minutes from here. Rain's letting up. Walk with me." Tyler's nod was automatic, breath catching on the edge of yes. They settled the bill, Hunter's card, no fuss, and stepped into the cooling night, the pavement slick and shining. The walk was wordless, shoulders brushing. the city's hum fading to the sync of their steps. Hunter's loft in Belltown was all exposed brick and reclaimed wood. Floor lamps casting golden pools over leather couches and shelves of first-edition thrillers. A bottle of scotch waited on the counter, poured without asking. Tyler accepted the glass, fingers trembling slightly as he sipped. The burn grounded him, but only just. Hunter closed the distance, close enough that Tyler could count the flecks of green in his eyes. "Tell me what you meant," Hunter murmured, hand cupping Tyler's jaw, thumb tracing the pulse there. "All of it." The words tumbled out then, raw and unfiltered. The loneliness of late nights scrolling profiles that never stuck. The way Hunter's presence lit up the fluorescent drudgery of Apex like a flare. How that text, misplaced or not, had cracked open the dam. Hunter listened, unmoving, his touch a steady anchor. When Tyler faltered, Hunter pulled him in, lips brushing his in a kiss that started soft, exploratory, then deepened into something fierce, all teeth and need. They moved to the couch, clothes shedding like inhibitions. Tyler's shirt tugged over his head, Hunter's belt unbuckled with fumbling urgency. Skin met skin, warm and urgent, Hunter's hands mapping Tyler's body like uncharted territory. The dip of his waist, the curve of his hip, the shiver that ran through him at a whispered name. It was messy, real. Gasps echoing off the high ceilings, the taste of wine on tongues, the rain resuming its tattoo against the windows as rhythm to their unraveling. Afterward, tangled in sheets that smelled of Hunter's soap, Tyler lay awake, chest rising and falling in sync with the man beside him. Hunter's arm draped heavy across his waist, breath even in sleep. Dawn crept in gray fingers, painting the room in half-light. Tyler traced the veins on Hunter's forearm, marveling at the fragility of it all. This bridge built on a blunder, teetering over the abyss of tomorrow. But as the city stirred below, doubts slithered in. What now? Mornings at Apex would never be the same, charged with stolen memories and sidelong glances. And Hunter, divorced, ambitious, a man who'd climbed Apex's ladder on charm and cutthroat deals, carried shadows Tyler hadn't yet glimpsed. Still, in that suspended hour, with the world on pause, Tyler allowed himself the luxury of hope. Maybe this was the start of something unbroken. Monday morning hit like a freight train. The Apex lobby a whirlwind of clacking heels and murmured hellos under the relentless fluorescence. Tyler smoothed his tie, the same one, a talisman now, and scanned his badge, the beep a small victory over the knot in his stomach. Elevators dinged, disgorging teams in clusters, but his eyes sought one face amid the flow. Hunter emerged from the executive suite, coffee in hand, looking every inch the unflappable CEO in waiting. Crisp Oxford shirt rolled to elbows, sleeves hugging forearms marked by a weekend stubble. Their gazes snagged across the atrium, a current humming invisible wires. Hunter's lip quirked, a private signal, before he turned to greet a cluster of devs. Tyler exhaled, boarding the car to the 5th floor, the ride up a blur of strategy session prep on his tablet. His cubicle waited, a nest of monitors and sticky notes, but settling in felt off-kilter, like stepping into a room rearranged in his absence. The day blurred into calls and copy decks, Tyler pitching user flow tweaks for the new collaboration suite. His voice held steady, metrics flowing crisp, but awareness prickled, Hunter's office door ajar, the occasional shadow passing the frame. Lunch came and went, scarfed at his desk over emails, the cafeteria too exposed for casual brushes. By afternoon, fatigue tugged, the post-weekend lag amplified by the secret thrumming beneath his skin. It broke at 3 p.m. A ping on Slack. "Hayes, my office. Now." Tyler's pulse spiked, feigning nonchalance as he rose, folder in hand like armor. The hall stretched long, carpet muffling his steps, colleagues oblivious in their silos. Hunter's door swung open at his knock, the man himself framed in the threshold, expression all business, until it softened, door clicking shut behind Tyler. "Lock it," Hunter said low, casual as handing off a report. Tyler complied, the snick loud in the quiet. The office was all glass walls and walnut desk. Puget sound a distant tease through blinds half-drawn. Hunter rounded the desk, perching on its edge, legs parted just enough to draw Tyler in. "Missed you." The words landed soft, but Tyler's laugh was breathy, edged with nerves. "It's been 8 hours. Feels longer." Hunter's hand found Tyler's hip, pulling him between denim-clad thighs, the contact igniting like dry tinder. Their kiss was slower than the loft's frenzy, deliberate, Hunter's fingers threading Tyler's hair, tilting his head for better access, tongues tracing lazy paths. Tyler's hands braced on Hunter's shoulders, bunching broadcloth, the heat building in measured waves. They broke apart gasping, foreheads pressed, Hunter's thumb swiping Tyler's swollen lip. "This complicates things." Tyler nodded, chest heaving. "HR nightmare. But worth it." Hunter's eyes searched his, vulnerability flickering. A crack in the polished facade. "I've wanted this since that pitch in July. You up there, dismantling my slides with that fire in your eyes. Thought I was imagining the rest." Tyler's throat tightened, memory flooding. The conference room heat, Hunter's nod of approval like sunlight after rain. "I thought you were just being nice. The boss thing." Hunter chuckled, dark and self-deprecating. "Nice is my cover. Truth? You're under my skin, Hayes." He straightened, regret shadowing his features. "But we play it smart. No office PDA. Discretion's our ally." The plan sketched quick. Separate lunches, coded texts via a burner app, weekends carved out when schedules aligned. Tyler left the office dazed, cheeks flushed under the guise of a strategy huddle, desk work resuming in a haze. But the thrill lingered, a low buzz through metrics and memos, making the mundane electric. That week unfolded in stolen slivers. A client lunch detour to a dim bistro in Pioneer Square, knees knocking under checkered cloths, Hunter's foot hooking Tyler's ankle in silent claim. Late shifts bleeding into after hours at Hunter's loft, bodies rediscovering each other amid takeout cartons and case files. Tyler's laughter muffled against Hunter's neck as they debated app interfaces, arguments dissolving into skin. Hunter opened up in fragments. The divorce 2 years back, a union forged in ambition that crumbled under travel and unspoken needs. His sister in Portland, the one family tie he guarded fierce. Dreams of scaling apex beyond Seattle, maybe a coastal expansion if the funding round hit. Tyler shared in turn, voice tentative over midnight scotch. The quiet ache of growing up queer in a town where rainbows were literal, not symbolic. The ex from college, a fleeting blaze that singed too hot, leaving trust charred. "I don't do this," Tyler admitted one night, head pillowed on Hunter's chest, heartbeat a steady drum beneath his ear. "The falling part. It's messy." Hunter's fingers traced spine patterns. Soothing. "Then we take it slow. No rushing the fall." But momentum built, inexorable as tides. By week's end, Tyler caught himself humming in the shower, the mirror fogged with possibility. Apex's all-hands loomed Friday, a morale booster in the auditorium, Hunter at the podium unveiling quarterly wins. Tyler sat mid-row, applauding with the crowd, but his eyes traced the play of light on Hunter's cufflinks, the way his voice rolled confident over projections. Pride swelled, mingled with possessiveness, a dangerous brew. Post-meeting, the team spilled into happy hour at the Rusty Anchor, a waterfront dive with dartboards and craft drafts. Tyler nursed a hazy IPA, banter flowing easy with devs, but tension coiled when Hunter arrived, clapping shoulders, his presence magnetic. They orbited careful, Tyler's refill coincidentally, timed to Hunter's round, a shared glance over foamy heads loaded with intent. It frayed at the bar, a colleague, Mark from sales, loose-lipped on tequila, slapping Tyler's back. "Heard you two burned the midnight oil on that deck. Hunter says you're his secret weapon." The table chuckled, oblivious, but Tyler's smile strained, Hunter's hand lingering a beat too long on the tap handle nearby. Later, In the dim lot, rain misting headlights, Hunter cornered him against the truck. "You're killing me in there," he growled, mouth crashing down, hands fisting Tyler's jacket. The kiss was desperate, edged with the day's restraint, Tyler arching into it, nails digging crescents into palms to stay silent. "Drive safe," Hunter murmured against his temple, pulling back with visible effort. Tyler nodded, sliding into his Civic, the engine's rumble a poor substitute for the one in his veins. Home was a sanctuary of sorts, studio lit soft by string lights, vinyl spinning Springsteen on the turntable, Jersey roots calling faint through the needle scratch. Tyler poured a nightcap, scrolling Hunter's texts. A photo of the sound at sunset, captioned "Thinking of you under this." Warmth bloomed, chasing shadows. But sleep evaded, mind replaying the bar's laughter, the what-if of exposure. Apex was Hunter's kingdom. Tyler, a favored knight, but nights fell. Saturday dawned crisp, fog burning off to blue. Hunter's invite pinged early. Hike? Discovery Park, 10 a.m. Tyler laced boots, packed a thermos. The drive north a wind down of evergreens and fairy horns. They met at the lot, Hunter in fleece and jeans that hugged just right, backpack slung casual. The trail wound through old growth, ferns brushing calves, the air sharp with pine and salt. Conversation meandered, work gripes yielding to dreams. Tyler's half-formed novel idea, characters adrift in rainy cities. Hunter's urge to mentor startups, pay forward the breaks he chased. At the bluff overlook, waves crashing far below, Hunter pulled him close, backs to the wind. "This feels right," he said, lips to Tyler's hair. "You and me, carving space." Tyler leaned in, heart full. "Yeah, it does." They picnicked on a bluff blanket. Cheese, figs, bread torn by hand. The world vast and indifferent. Laughter came easy, Hunter's stories of boyhood summers in Astoria, Oregon, fishing with a dad gone too soon. Vulnerability seeped in, Hunter admitting the divorce's scar. "Thought I could love in halves. Work here, heart there. Learned the hard way." Tyler's hand covered his, squeezing. "You're whole now." The descent was languid, hands linked where paths curved empty. Back in the city, Hunter's loft called. The afternoon spilling into evening in a tangle of limbs and low light. Tyler traced Hunter's scars, physical and not, kisses mapping forgiveness. Dinner was delivery Thai, spicy noodles twined on forks, feet tangled under the coffee table. As night deepened, Hunter's head in Tyler's lap, fingers combing dark strands. A quiet settled. Not empty, but full. Yet Sunday brought the first fracture. Tyler's phone buzzed mid-morning, screen lighting with Jordan's name. The barista, forgotten in the whirlwind. "Missed you last week." Round 2. Tyler deleted it quick, but unease stirred. Hunter, scrolling news beside him, glanced over. "Everything good?" "Yeah," Tyler lied, pocketing the device. "Just spam." The omission sat heavy, a pebble in his shoe. They parted with kisses at Tyler's door, Hunter's truck rumbling away into the drizzle. Alone, Tyler paced, guilt gnawing. Honesty was the pact, unspoken but ironclad. But voicing it now risked the bubbles burst. Jordan was vapor, Hunter solid. Still, the lie echoed, a warning hum. Monday loomed again, the cycle resetting. But as Tyler drifted to sleep, Hunter sent clinging to his pillow. He clung to the truth. Whatever cracks formed, they'd mend. Love, after all, was the art of bridging. The rhythm held for weeks, a delicate dance of daylight discretion and nocturnal fire. Apex thrummed with the pre-launch frenzy for Connect Sphere. Their flagship app, deadlines sharpening tempers and tempers fraying seams. Tyler thrived in the chaos, his strategies tightening user loops, earning nods from the C-suite, and Hunter's private texts. Brilliant as always. Dinner to celebrate. Nights blurred into a montage of Seattle's underbelly. Hidden jazz clubs in the International District, where Hunter's hand found Tyler's in the dark press. Drives to Bainbridge Island, ferry decks empty under star-pricked skies, confessions traded over thermoses of spiked cocoa. Tyler learned Hunter's tics. The way his jaw clenched over bad quarterly forecasts. The soft whistle of old blues tunes in the shower. Hunter unearthed Tyler's layers. The sketchbooks hidden in desk drawers, half-formed portraits of rainy streets. The fear of stagnation, rooted in a childhood watching his dad's mill jobs dwindle. Intimacy deepened, not just flesh but fractures. One evening, post-shift at Hunter's, Tyler cracked open over pad CW in Pinot. The college ex, Riley, whose betrayal still stung like salt in old cuts. We were juniors, thought it was forever. He outed me to the frat house after I ended it, revenge porn light, texts forwarded with emojis. Campus went quiet after that. I transferred credits. Finished remote. Hunter's fork stilled, fury etching his features. He set it down deliberate, hand covering Tyler's across the table. Bastard. You deserved better then. Deserve it now. His voice roughened, pulling Tyler's knuckles to his lips. I'm not him. Never. The vow hung, sealing something tender. Tyler nodded, throat tight, but trust bloomed fragile, a seedling in cracked soil. In return, Hunter unburdened his ghosts. The ex-wife, Elena, a venture capitalist whose ambition mirrored his until it eclipsed. Their split a quiet dissolution in a lawyer's office overlooking the Bay Area hills. She wanted kids, legacy. I wanted freedom, I guess, to love without blueprints. Tyler's fingers traced Hunter's wedding scar. A pale band on his ring finger, faded but there. Freedom's messy. But yours, Hunter murmured, drawing him close. That night, lovemaking was slow, reverent. Hunter's mouth charting Tyler's collarbone like scripture. Hands gentle on hips as if handling glass. Afterward, spooned in the loft's king bed, Hunter's breath warm on Tyler's neck. Whispers wove dreams. A cabin in the Olympics for weekends? Unplugged. Tyler's novel fleshed out. Hunter beta-reading chapters over campfires. But Apex's pressure cooker simmered hotter. Mid-October, the funding pitch loomed. A Shark Tank showdown with VCs from Sand Hill Road. Hunter fronting the deck Tyler had ghost co-authored. Rehearsals ran brutal, late into fog-shrouded evenings. The conference room a battlefield of slides and stress. Tyler's input sharpened edges, but proximity bred sparks. Hunter's thigh pressing his under the table during dry runs. A good call murmured too low for mics. Cracks showed in subtler ways. Mark from sales, ever the gossip, cornered Tyler at the water cooler one gray Tuesday. You and the boss, thick as thieves lately. Spill. Tyler deflected with a shrug, just grinding the pitch. But Mark's wink lingered, oily. Paranoia flickered. Eyes seemed to track him in hallways, whispers trailing like smoke. Hunter dismissed it over wine at a Queen and Wine bar that weekend, tucked in a velvet booth. Office politics. Ignore the noise. His foot nudged Tyler's, reassuring. But Tyler's unease festered, amplified by a voicemail from his mom. Haven't heard from you, Ty. Everything all right in the city? Guilt twisted. He dodged calls, cocooned in Hunter's world. Everett's pull a distant ache. The pitch day dawned electric, Apex's auditorium packed with suits and screens. Tyler sat third row, palms damp, as Hunter took the stage. Commanding, voice rolling like thunder over demos and data. Tyler's tweaks landed flawless, engagement metrics spiking visually, ROI projections gleaming. Applause swelled as Hunter closed, eyes finding Tyler's in the crowd. A flash of pride that warmed deeper than the spots. Debrief drinks followed at the observatory, rooftop bar with sound views, champagne flutes bubbling triumph. Hunter pulled Tyler aside mid-toast, balcony rail cool under their elbows. Couldn't have nailed it without you. His hand brushed Tyler's covertly, thumb stroking knuckles. My place later? We earned this. The night ignited, Hunter's loft a haze of victory sex, body slick and urgent on silk sheets, Hunter's gasps naming Tyler like a prayer. Dawn found them lazy, pancakes sizzling, Hunter flipping them shirtless, flour dusting his chest. Tyler snapped a photo, candid, grinning, Hunter protesting with a kiss chase around the island. But elation crested into undertow. Monday's email blast confirmed the funding. 12 million, expansion greenlit. Cheers echoed halls, but Hunter's door stayed shut, meetings stacking like bricks. Texts went unanswered till evening. Swamped. Rain check. Tyler stared at the screen, thumb hovering, the void echoing louder than before. Midweek fracture came unbidden. Tyler, grabbing files from Hunter's office during a site visit, Hunter offsite in Portland, spotted it on the desk. A photo frame face down, glass cool under his fingers. Curiosity won, he flipped it. Elena, radiant in white lace, arm looped Hunter's at what looked a vow renewal, date stamped last spring. Heart stuttered, Hunter's divorce tale rang fresh in memory. But this, post-split ceremony, lies layered like sediment. Confrontation brewed that night, Tyler pacing his studio as Hunter's key turned in the loft. Wait. No. He'd come straight from work, cab idling outside. Hunter breezed in. Ty askew, dropping his bag. Missed you. Portland was hell, delays on the beta. Tyler held the photo printout. He'd snapped it quick, pocketed for proof, thrusting it forward. Explain this. Hunter's face drained, hazel eyes widening. He sank onto the couch, head in hands. Ty, it's not what? Bullshit. Tyler's voice cracked, betrayal hot in his veins. You said it was over. 2 years clean. This is last year. Hunter looked up, wrecked. Renewal was her idea. Optics for her firm. Power couple branding. We were done legally months prior. Slept in separate wings that night. But yeah, I played along. Stupid. Stupid. Tyler laughed, bitter. You lied. About the basics. It was closure. For her. Hunter stood, reaching, but Tyler stepped back. I ended it for real after. Swear. Trust that fragile bloom withered. Tyler's mind reeled. Every touch, every whisper. Tainted now? I shared my scars with you. Riley's shit. And you hold back this. Hunter's jaw worked, pain etching lines. I didn't want to drag old baggage in. Thought we were building clean. Clean. Tyler hurled the photo, edges slicing air. That's not building. That's hiding. The fight spilled raw, voices rising, accusations volleying like hail. Hunter pleaded, hands outstretched. I love you, Ty. This us is real. The words landed like a gut punch, first time voiced, but Tyler recoiled, armor slamming down. Love? Or convenience? He grabbed his jacket, door slamming echo. Rain lashed the stairs as he fled, cab splashing through puddles, heart a storm of its own. Home was cold comfort, studio echoing empty. Tyler curled on the bed, phone silent. No chase texts, Hunter respecting the space. Sleep came fitful, dreams tangled in white lace and fractured glass. Dawn brought clarity's edge. Betrayal cut deep, but Hunter's eyes and memory held truth's glint. Forgiveness? Maybe, but trust rebuilt brick by brick, not leaps. Apex awaited, facade intact. Tyler clocked in, head high, but the air tasted ash. Hunter's office door stayed shut, their orbits polite orbits. Nods in halls, emails clipped professional. The distance ached, a hollow in Tyler's chest, but pride held him steady. Love, he'd learned, demanded honesty first. Until Hunter owned his shadows fully, the bridge stayed burned. Yet whispers persisted, office hum buzzing with expansion rumors. Hires incoming, roles shifting. Mark's sidelong smirks sharpened. A email chain forwarded, accidentally. Veiled jabs at favorites climbing fast. Paranoia bloomed. Was this Hunter's influence? Or something uglier? Friday fractured further. Tyler, debugging a demo in the lab, overheard it. Voices from the break room, Mark's drawl cutting. Hayes thinks he's golden 'cause he's banging the boss. Saw him at that bar last month. Cozy. Laughter followed, low and mean. Tyler froze, blood roaring, fists clenching till nails bit palms. He bolted to the bathroom, splashing water, mirror reflecting a ghost. Eyes hollow, jaw set. Exposure's specter loomed, Riley's echo amplified. Text to Hunter. We need to talk. Now. Not here. Hunter's reply pinged instant. My office. 5 minutes. The door shut firm, blinds drawn. Hunter paced, worry carving his brow. What happened? Tyler spilled it, the photo, the fight's residue, now this whisper network. They're talking. If it hits HR. Hunter paled, pulling him into a hug. Tyler stiffened against it first, then melted. I'll handle Mark. Quietly. And the photo. I'm sorry. No more half-truths. Elena's fully out, blocked, done. You're it for me. Tyler's resolve cracked, tears hot. I want to believe you. Then stay. Hunter's plea was whisper, lips to temple. Let me prove it. The kiss reignited slow, tentative, Hunter's hands framing Tyler's face, thumbs wiping salt tracks. Yielding, Tyler clung. The office desk a makeshift altar as they reclaimed ground lost. But caution lingered, a threadbare truce. As they parted, Hunter's vow sealed. We'll weather this. Together. Tyler nodded, hope flickering faint. But storms brewed beyond. Apex's winds shifting, threatening to scatter what they'd sown. November's chill seeped into Seattle's bones, leaves carpeting sidewalks in sodden gold. The expansions buzz a constant undercurrent at Apex. New hires trickled in, sharp coders from SF, marketers poached from Portland, reshuffling teams and egos. Tyler adapted, pitching submodules for ConnectSphere's beta, his desk a fort of prototypes and printouts. But the truce with Hunter teetered, mended with late coffees and coded glances, yet fragile as autumn frost. Hunter moved deliberate. A discreet word to HR framing Mark's concerns as morale misfires. The salesman reassigned to a remote client gig by week's end. Whispers dulled, but Tyler's guard stayed up, nights at the loft laced with quiet talks, Hunter bearing more. His father's early death from cancer, the drive to build Apex's legacy. Therapy sessions post-divorce, unpacking the nice guy mask. I hid to protect, Hunter admitted one evening, fire crackling in the loft's hearth. But it poisons. No more. Tyler's forgiveness flowered gradual, rooted in actions. Hunter clearing his calendar for a rainy hike in Discovery Park. Boots squelching mud, hands linked under dripping boughs. You're my anchor, Hunter said at the overlook, wind whipping words away. But Tyler heard, pulling him down for a kiss tasting of salt and certainty. Yet undercurrents stirred. Tyler's novel progressed in stolen hours, chapters emailing to Hunter for feedback. Red lines gentle, praise effusive. Your voice cuts deep. Publish this. Encouragement warmed, but self-doubt gnawed. Was it enough, or just a sideline to Apex's grind? The betrayal's shadow lengthened mid-month. An envelope arriving at Tyler's desk. Anonymous, unmarked. Inside, grainy prints. Him and Hunter at the wine bar, knee-touch intimate. A blurry shot from the bar happy hour, Hunter's hand on Tyler's back. Accompanying note, typed sterile. Favorites get far, but not forever. Watch your step. Panic iced Tyler's veins. He shredded it quick, but nausea roiled. Blackmail? Sabotage? Mark's doing or deeper rot? Confronting Hunter after hours, in the loft's shadowed kitchen, Tyler thrust the baggie of scraps forward. Someone knows. All of it. Hunter's face hardened, scanning fragments. Shit. We'll trace it. IT logs, security cams. His arms enveloped Tyler, solid. No one's touching us. But fear burrowed. Tyler's sleep fractured. Dreams of exposures past blending with new horrors. Riley's texts morphing to boardroom firings. Hunter's empire crumbling on his account. Days blurred vigilant. Eyes scanning mail, voices tuning for malice. Apex's holiday party loomed. A glittering minefield at the Edgewater, black tie. Execs mingling with staff over fjord views. Hunter prepped them scripted. Arrive separate, mingle wide. One dance if cues aligned. Act normal, he murmured pre-event. Tuxedo sharp. Tyler's borrowed cummerbund cinched tight. "We've got this." The ballroom hummed opulent. Chandeliers dripping light, jazz trio swinging low. Tyler nursed a gin fizz, chatting beta metrics with devs, laughter forced but passable. Hunter worked the room masterful, toasts raising glasses, his gaze a lodestar across the crush. Midnight neared, slow set starting. Tyler caught the nod subtle over a colleague's shoulder and wove through heart drumming. The floor cleared partial couple swaying. Hunter claimed him casual, hand light on Tyler's waist. "May I?" Up close, cologne enveloped, cedar grounding. They moved fluid, steps sinking to saxophone wail, breaths mingling. "Beautiful tonight," Hunter whispered, thumb circling spine discreet. Tyler's reply caught. A figure at the bar, phone angled their way. Flash faint, but unmistakable. "Hunter." The song ended abrupt, applause scattering them. Tyler melted into crowd, pulse racing, but Hunter's text buzzed. "Stay put." Handling. Minutes stretched. Then Hunter reappeared, jaw set, steering Tyler to a alcove. Securities on it. Freelance fatigue, probably. Party crashers sell candidates to trades. Confiscated the card. Relief ward anxiety. What if more? Then we face it. Hunter's grip tightened. Fierce. Together. The night salvaged an afterglow. Party ditched early for Hunter's loft, where they stripped formal wear slow, rediscovering in firelight. Hunter's mouth reverent on Tyler's throat, hands worshipping curves, gasps building to crescendo. "Mine." Hunter breathed climax, Tyler's name a litany. Sated, they talked till dawn. Contingency plans? HR consults? Legal buffers? Dreams reframed, apex secondary to us. But the anonymous note's echo persisted. A specter. Tyler dove deeper into work, channeling unease into ConnectSphere's polish, late nights yielding breakthroughs. Gamified check-ins boosting retention 18%. Hunter praised public, pride glowing private. Yet isolation crept. Tyler dodged mom calls, friends invites, Jordan's texts blocked, but guilt lingered for ghosts invoked. Thanksgiving neared, apex quieting to skeletons. Hunter proposed escape. My family's cabin in Leavenworth. Bavarian vibes, no signal. Tyler hesitated, roots pulling to Everett, but assented, packing wool and whiskey. The drive east wound through Cascades, evergreens bowing snow-dusted, radio crooning folk. The cabin nestled alpine, logs groaning welcome, stone hearth primed. They arrived dusk, unpacking groceries, turkey thawing, pies from a roadside stand. Hunter cooked dominant, apron tied cocky, Tyler chopping cranberries, laughter bubbling over spills. Dinner sprawled candlelit, toasts to new traditions, forks clinking, Hunter's foot hooking Tyler's under oak table. Fire roared post-meal, blankets piled, scotch warming palms. Stories unfurled, Tyler's Everett holidays, ferry rides to Grandma's clam chowder. Hunter's Astoria Thanksgivings, clam bakes on rainy beaches. Vulnerability peaked when Hunter fetched a box from attic dust. Letters from his dad, yellowed missives from C. Riggs. He wrote these before chemo, advice on building right. Reading aloud, voice cracking, Hunter leaned into Tyler. Wish he could have met you. Tears pricked Tyler's eyes, holding him close. He'd be proud of this. Their kiss salted, deepening to passion on the rug. Slow, exploratory, Hunter's body arching under Tyler's weight, moans harmonizing with crackles. After, entwined, Hunter murmured, "Love you." Full stop. Tyler echoed, heart swelling. "Love you too." Idle shattered returning. Apex voicemail. Hunter's assistant terse. Board emergency. VC pullback. Fly to SF tomorrow. The funding wobble, whispers of market jitters. Hunter's mood-soured drive home, knuckles white on wheel. Just turbulence, he assured. But Tyler saw strain. The empire's weight pressing. Back in Seattle, the note sender struck again. Email to Tyler's personal, spoofed anonymous. Lovers Lane ends and cliffs. Ask about the merger. Attached, a document snippet. Apex merger talks with a rival. Non-compete clauses buried. Tyler's stomach dropped. Hunter's silence on expansions? Omission or deeper deceit? Confrontation brewed that night. Loft air thick. Tyler waved the printout. Merger? You said funding round. Not this. Hunter deflated, rubbing temples. Preliminary. Board level. Didn't want to jinx or burden you. Burden. Tyler's voice rose, old wounds reopening. Like the photo? Elena? It's not. Hunter paced, frustration mounting. This could double us, Ty. Stability for everything. Our life. Tyler laughed hollow. Or Apex's. Am I in this or just the distraction? Hunter halted, eyes flashing hurt. You're everything. But I can't drop the ball now. The fight escalated, words weapons. Tyler accusing compartmentalizing, Hunter defending provision. I shield us. Hunter shouted, rare crack in composure. Silence fell heavy, breaths ragged. Tyler grabbed his keys. Shielding's another word for lying. Door slammed, stairs pounded. Rain greeting like old friend. He drove aimless, Capitol Hill streets slick, pulling over at a park bench, sobs racking. Betrayal layered now, not just past but present choices eroding trust. Hours later, Hunter's text. Come back, please. Full disclosure, from now. Tyler stared, thumb trembling. Return meant risking more fractures. Walking, losing the man who'd cracked his walls. Dawn decided, vulnerability's gamble. He returned, door opening to Hunter wrecked. Eyes red, scotch half gone. Talk, Tyler said, firm. Hunter spilled. Merger details, risks to staff, layoffs possible. His stake tying everything. I held back to protect our bubble. Stupid again. Tyler's hand found his. No bubbles. Glass houses. Agreement forged raw, weekly check-ins, no apex blind spots. But damage lingered, intimacy tentative. Kisses chased, nights side by side but distant. The note's shadow loomed unsolved. Climax brewing as holiday lights twinkled indifferent. Apex's winter formal approached. Merger whispers fevering boardrooms. Tyler, drafting PR angles, uncovered anomalies. Budget lines fuzzy, Mark's old team poached oddly. Suspicion coiled. Internal sabotage? The anonymous hand closing. Eve of the gala, another missive. Packaged to Tyler's locker, USB drive inside. Files downloaded on home laptop. Emails, Hunter's signature on shady side deals. Kickbacks hinted from the rival firm. He's selling out, the note read. For power. Run. Tyler's world tilted. Betrayal's apex. Hunter. Compromised? Or framed? Storm raging outside, he dialed, voice breaking. Hunter. We have to end this. Now. The call connected. Hunter's end traffic hum. Ty? What's? Files. Proof. You're dirty. Silence, then. Meet me. Harbor View. Explain. Tyler arrived soaked. Restaurant half empty. Hunter at their booth. Face ashen. Drive handed over, Hunter scanning, horror dawning. Forged. My sig. But dates wrong, check metadata. Verification quick on his phone. Timestamps postdated. IP traces to Apex's rival. Sabotage, Hunter breathed. Someone gunning for the merger kill. Who? Tyler demanded. Fury ebbing to fear. Hunter's eyes met. Steel. We'll find out. But first, trust me. One more time. Tyler searched his face. Layers peeling to core. The man who'd braved storms for them. Okay, he whispered. But this ends the secrets. Alliance sealed over cold coffee. Plans hatched. Bait the trap, expose the rat. But as they left arm in arm, rain easing, Tyler felt the climax crest. Not destruction, but revelation's edge. December's grip tightened on Seattle, holiday strings draping lampposts in festive nooses. Apex's formal, a glittering gauntlet 2 nights hence. Tyler and Hunter moved as conspirators now, the USB's poison neutralized by Hunter's IT ally. A discreet scrub of the forgeries, traces looping to a disgruntled exec from the rival Vector Dynamics. Classic corp espionage. Hunter briefed over encrypted calls, voice taught. They're spooked by our edge. But proof's thin, needs the gala for the slip. Tyler's role cast reluctant. Playbait, flirt the shadows, draw the mole. You're sure? He pressed one gray afternoon. Conference room empty. Blinds slatted against prying eyes. Hunter's hand squeezed his across oak. Positive. And I'll be there, your shadow. His thumb stroked, grounding. This behind us, we start fresh. No apex in bed. The promise anchored, intimacy thawing. Evenings at Tyler's studio now, vinyl spinning Dylan. Hunter's head in lap as chapters read aloud. Feedback honed Tyler's prose. Leaner here, cuts deeper. Nurturing the dream beyond desks. Trust rebuilt in increments. Kisses lingering longer. Nights yielding to passion's reclaim. Hunter's body familiar yet renewed. Tyler's name gasped like redemption. But vigilance wore thin. Mom's annual plea pinged. Thanksgiving skip? Come home for New Year's? Dad misses his boy. Guilt stabbed. Tyler texted back vague. Work crunch, maybe? Isolation's cost mounted. Friends' group chats fading unanswered. The us a cocoon too tight. Gala night arrived brittle. The Edgewater's ballroom reborn in silver and evergreen. Ice sculptures melting slow under strobes. Tyler donned velvet blazer, Hunter's gift. Deep indigo hugging frame. Nerves jangling as he entered solo, gin in hand. Crowd swirled. Execs in tails, spouses glittering, jazz pulsing velvet. He scanned, spotting the target, Lydia Voss. Vector plant embedded as consultant. Her laugh brittle over flutes. Play began subtle. Tyler orbiting her cluster, dropping merger, hints, laced bait. Heard Vector's countering hard, Hunter's unfazed. Lydia's eyes sharpened, probes veiled as chatter. Hunter ghosted periphery, mingling masterful. His glance Tyler's lifeline amid the charade. Mid-set, she cornered him at the bar, breath wine-sweet. Bold moves, Hayes. Sleeping with the boss buys loyalty? The slur landed sly, confirmation of leaks. Tyler's pulse spiked, feigning shock. Excuse me. She leaned, venom low. Saw the files. Hunter's side hustle, kickbacks for the kill. Vector pays better. Her phone slipped casual. Screen glowing a duplicate drive. Same forgeries. Time-stamped, confidential. Hook set. Tyler paled performative, voice dropping. Proof like that changes everything. He slipped away, texting Hunter. Got her. Lounge now. The side room hushed. Leather booths empty save Lydia's approach. Smug. Hunter materialized shadow, door locking soft. Ms. Voss. Care to explain industrial sabotage. Her composure cracked, phone snatched as Hunter's bluff deployed. IT feed projected on his tablet. Her IP pinging Vector servers mid-gala. You're done, Hunter said. Calm lethal. Cops en route. Apex presses charges. Full suit. Lydia bolted, but security netted her in halls. Drama unfolding discreet. Tyler sagged against wall. Adrenaline crashing. Hunter's arms steel around waist. Over, he murmured, lips to temple. You were brilliant. Relief flooded, but aftermath churned. Boardroom fallout next day. Vector exposed. Merger salvaged with concessions. Apex stabilized, but scars lingered. Layoff whispers quelled. Trust in ranks frayed. Hunter emerged hero. Tyler's hand unseen in accolades. But private toasts sealed their win. Champagne at dawn. Loft windows framing sound silver. You'll brought respite. Tyler relented to roots. Driving to Everett Christmas Eve. Hunter tagging as friend. Cover story thin but holding. The Hayes home glowed cedar and pine. Mom's hugs enveloping. Dad's grill tales over eggnog. Hunter charmed effortless. chopping wood with Dad, debating Mariner's prospects. Tyler's chest swelling at the fit. Night, guest room shared covert. Whispers under quilts. Your world's beautiful. Boxing Day. They escaped to Whidbey Island. Ferry slicing chop. Cabin rental fog-shrouded. Solitude healed. Hikes through madronas. Sketches of Hunter's profile by driftwood fires. Lovemaking urgent against countertops. Slow in featherbeds. Future's ours. Hunter vowed. Ringless finger tracing Tyler's palm. Vows unspoken but etched. Return thrust reality. Apex's New Year push. Tyler promoted junior lead. Hunter's rec quiet. Merit earned. Desk upgraded, team budding, but eyes followed still, remnants of rumor. Tyler leaned in, novel querying agents, rejection stealing resolve. Hunter's support unwavering. One yes changes all. January's thaw mirrored mending. Date nights ventured bold. Improv theater in Fremont, laughter echoing post-show into alley kisses. Wine tastings in Woodinville, Hunter's palate schooling Tyler's, bodies close in barrel rooms. Intimacy peaked one storm-lashed night. Hunter proposing raw. Move in. Lofts half empty without you. Tyler's yes trembled. Logistics tumbling, studio sublet. Boxes packed in fever. Merge unfolded gradual. Tyler's books shelving beside Hunter's thrillers. Coffee rituals sinking. Mornings tangled in sheets. Domesticity suited. Hunter's runs yielding shared jogs along Alki. Breaths puffing clouds. Hands brushing free. But by Kitch's whisper returned subtle. February, a letter Elena's, forwarded via Hunter's mail. Heard you're the new chapter. Careful. He burns bright, but leaves ash. Curiosity cracked seal. Words venomous. Hunter's patterns. Affairs masked as ambition. Her heart collateral. Doubt slithered. Tyler pocketing it unread fully, but seeds sown. Confrontation brewed over pasta. Hunter's sauce simmering. Tyler slid the envelope. From your ex says you're a serial heartbreaker. Hunter stilled, spoon dropping clatter. Face drained, he scanned, crumpling slow. Lies. Twisted for spite. She's with a senator now, grudge eternal. His eyes pleaded. You know me. Better. Tyler searched, wanting belief. Patterns, though. The hiding at first. Hunter knelt, hands clasping. Growth. You taught me bare. Kiss followed, desperate, pulling Tyler to floor. Passion fierce, reclaiming territory. Only you. Doubt quelled, but Elena's ghost-haunted dreams. Ash trails, Hunter vanishing smoke. Tyler buried in work, novels agent biting. Full manuscript request. Elation shared with Hunter's cheers. Apex bloomed too. Connect Sphere launch viral. Tyler's strategies lauded in trades. Spring teased greening, their rhythm solidifying. Weekend in Astoria, Hunter's roots. Clams raked at dawn. Bonfires with locals. Tyler sketching the Columbia's mouth. Here feels like home, Tyler admitted. Hunter's arm heavy round shoulders. Because you make it, Hunter replied, kiss salt-tanged. But climax crested May. Apex's annual retreat in Hood Canal. Yachts and team builds. Waters lapping piney shores. Tyler and Hunter cautious. Cabins adjacent. Nights slipping between for stolen hours. Day 3, ropes course loomed. Zip lines over inlets, trust falls blind. Tyler's turn edged vertigo. Harness biting, Hunter spotting below. I've got you, voice steady. Leap taken, wind roaring. Landing solid in Hunter's grip. Laughter bubbled. But mid-cheer, Tyler's phone vibrated. Unknown. Video link, Elena's face cold. Ask him about Portland. The client. Clip played covert. Hunter. Bar in Portland. Arm round a man. Brunette. Late 30s. Kiss lingering. Date stamped October. Merger trip. Heart plummeted. Tyler deleting quick, but fractured deep. Evening bonfire crackled. Faces glowing, but Tyler's smile strained. Hunter sidled close. Whisper. You okay? Pale. Fine. Lie bitter. Cabin solitude later. Tyler confronted mirror. Betrayal cycle. Riley to Elena to this. Door creaked. Hunter entering, towel dried from showers. Talk. Tyler thrust phone, clip cued. This. Hunter watched, color fleeing. God Ty no. Colleague's husband, drunk thank you for a save on his startup. Awkward. Nothing. Plea raw. Swear. Swear. Tyler's voice broke. Like the photo? Merger? Every time, Hunter. It's not. Hunter reached, rebuffed. I love you. Fight for us. Fight. Tears hot. I'm drowning in your nothings. Patterns, Elena said. See it now. Hunter recoiled, pain mirroring. Then go. If doubt wins. Words weaponized. Tyler stormed out. Path crunching gravel to dock. Waves mocking. Boat rocked gentle. He boarded aimless. Engine humming Puget escape. Miles blurred. Phone silent. Hunter's respect or defeat. Dawn found him at a Bremerton motel. Hollow-eyed. Novel's pages scattered like leaves. Call came noon. Hunter. Wrecked. Come back. Please. Therapy together. I end the hiding. Full. Tyler's resolve wavered. Love's tether strong, but frayed. Why believe? Because I choose you. Every day. Pause heavy. And I need you to choose me. Return road wound long, heart warring. Apex waited. Novel hung. But core question. Could bridges rebuild from ruins? Summer unfurled hesitant in Seattle. Sun dappled through sycamores. But Tyler's return to the loft carried autumn's chill. Boxes half unpacked mocked the merge. Hunter's space echoing tentative. Therapy started weekly. A neutral office in Capitol Hill. Dr. Ellis's leather wingback cradling confessions. Sessions peeled layers. Hunter owning avoidant armor. Tyler unpacking abandonment's echo from Riley. Words bridged gaps. Silences healing slow. Apex adjusted seamless. Tyler's lead role thriving. Team huddles yielding innovations. Hunter's oversight professional crisp. Private. Touches lingered. Coffee hands brushing. Texts laced affection. Intimacy rebuilt tactile. First post-fight kiss chased on the balcony. Sound glittering below. Hunters missed this murmured against lips. Nights progressed gradual. Bodies rediscovering trust. Hunter's fingers interlacing Tyler's mid-gasp. Eyes locked in vulnerability's gaze. Elena's clip dissected in session. Context verified via witness statements. Portland kiss, a sloppy hug misframed. Apology handwritten. Hunter's script careful. I own the optics fail. No more shadows. Burned together in the hearth. Ashes swirled like exorcism. Tyler's novel advanced. Revisions flowing under agent's nudge. Tyler's voice sharpening. Queer arcs raw. Hunter read drafts aloud on porch swings at Leavenworth weekends. Feedback tender. This heals. Publication whispers grew. A small press bite in July. Contract inked over loft dinner. Steak seared rare. Champagne popping triumph. Life wove fuller. Mom met Hunter official Labor Day barbecue in Everett. Ferry chugging loaded with coolers. Dad grilled salmon. Grilling Hunter light. Treat him right. Hugs exchanged genuine. Hunter's sister visited from Portland. Brunch at a lakeside cafe. Her. He lights up around you. Sealing familial weave. But human depth demanded reckoning. August storm hit literal, power outages blanketing Belltown. Loft candles flickering. Huddled under quilts, Hunter cracked deeper. Bisexuality's late bloom. College flings buried under straight-laced climbs. Fear of labels boxing him. Thought Apex needed the all-American front. Lost myself. Tyler held him. Tears shared. You're free now. Labels are not ours. Vulnerability reciprocal. Tyler admitted the terror. Love's ledge. Falls void. Riley broke me open. You mended. But scars pull. Hunter's vow soft. Then we scar together. Fall-colored leaves amber. Apex's year-end gala redemption. The Edgewater reborn. No shadows. Tyler and Hunter entered arm-linked bold. Announcement subtle. Partners. Hunter toasting execs. Tyler at side. Gasps hushed to cheers. HR nods approving. Policy evolved. Inclusivity's win. Whispers quelled. Replaced by support. Mark's replacement. A ally from UW days. Team drinks inclusive. Tyler's promotion cemented. Novel's arc arriving boxed. Echoes in rain. Cover misty Seattle skyline. Launch party small. Indie bookstore in Fremont. Friends gathered. Jordan faded memory. New faces from therapy circles. Hunter front row. Eyes proud as Tyler read opening. The city wept with him, but in the downpour, he found his name. Applause swelled. Hunter's hug backstage fierce. Knew you'd soar. Winter circled gentle. Holidays fused. Everett for Thanksgiving. Astoria for Yule. Clams and chowder blending traditions. New Year's Eve on Hunter's balcony. Fireworks bursting over Space Needle. Hunter dropping to knee. Not ring, but promise. Build with me? Cabins, novels, storms. All. Tyler's yes choked. Kiss ceiling under stars. No grandeur, just truth. Love is choice, daily. Spring bloomed verdant. Novels reviews trickling. Poignant queer odyssey. Kirkus noting. Apex expanded coastal. Tyler helming Seattle hub. Hunter's vision collaborative. Weekends carved sacred. Olympics hikes. Sketches framing Hunter's laugh. Loft dinners. Recipes tweaked tandem. Climax's echo faded. Replaced by quiet ascents. One July dawn. Post-run along the waterfront. Hunter paused, breathless. Remember that text? Best accident. Tyler grinned, sweat-slick hand clasping. Best discussion. Years layered like sound's tides. Novel sequel birthed. Apex global. Family woven tight. Betrayals transmuted to testimonies. Therapy annual honesty ritual. Tyler's mirror reflected whole. Scars silvered. Eyes clear. In the end, freedom wasn't absence of storm, but sailing through. Compassion for fractures. Identity owned unapologetic. Hunter's hand in his. Always. The horizon endless.